Edgar Allan Poe was an American poet, short story writer, editor, and critic who was one of the most important figures of the literary subgenre known as dark romanticism. Poe's stories delved into the realms of mystery and horror, leading to the formation of the modern detective story. Poe's parents were actors. His father left the family early on, and his mother passed away when Poe was 3. Poe went to live with John and Frances Allan in Richmond, Virginia. When Poe went to the University of Virginia in 1826, John Allan neglected to fund his education. Poe turned to gambling to cover his costs, but was left in debt. He returned home only to face another personal setback. His neighbor and fiancée Elmira Royster had become engaged to someone else. Poe published his first book, Tamerlane and Other Poems, in 1827, and joined the army around this time. He published a second collection, Al-Araf, Tamburlaine, and Minor Poems in 1829. Poe was then accepted to West Point Military Academy, only to be kicked out a year later. He moved around in search of opportunity, living in New York City, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Richmond. From 1831 to 1835 he stayed in Baltimore with his Aunt Maria Clem and her daughter Virginia. His young cousin Virginia became a literary inspiration to Poe, as well as his love interest. The couple married in 1836. Poe went on to work for a magazine called the Southern Literary Messenger in Richmond. Poe also published some of his own works in the magazine, including 2 parts of his novel, The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym. In the late 1830s, Poe published Tales of the Grotesque and Arabesque, a collection of thrilling stories such as The Fall of the House of Usher, Ligeia, and William Wilson. Poe launched the new genre of detective fiction with 1841's The Murder in the Rue Morgue. Poe became a literary sensation in 1845 with the publication of the poem The Raven. Throughout the poem there are themes of death and loss. It is regarded as a great American literary work and one of the finest of Poe's career. Poe examined his own methodology and technique in several essays, including The Philosophy of Composition, The Poetic Principle, and The Rationale of Verse. Poe was overwhelmed by grief after the death of his beloved Virginia in 1847. He suffered from poor health and struggled financially. On September the 27th, 1849, he left Richmond. A week later, Poe was found in Baltimore in great distress. He was taken to Washington College Hospital, where he died on October the 7th. It was believed that Poe died of congestion of the brain. Still others offer up alternative theories. Whilst he never enjoyed financial success, Edgar Allan Poe was a brilliant imaginative thinker whose compelling tales still shock, entertain, and captivate readers today.